In one of my latest videos, I shared my journey of 4 years as a developer. The video is about me working in an amazing company called Pipedrive, which gave me an opportunity to grow, both as an individual but also as a professional. That said, although I wasn't in an ideal environment, I took the decision to leave the company. Why? Well, there were many aspects in play, and this is what I'm going to share with you today. What's up people, and welcome to Developer Habits, a YouTube channel for software engineers interested in growth mindset, developer lifestyle and technical tutorials. If these are topics that you are interested in, then please hit the subscribe button below. My name is Ketmar, I'm a full stack engineer from Estonia, and as said, today we are going to talk about how to understand when it's the time to move on to the next company. The safety net. Before I can share with you the flags or points that made me leave the company, I want to talk about the safety net that I had, because having that made leaving the company so much harder. Great people and environment. One of the things I admired and still admire about Pipedrive is its people and culture. It's amazing how they've been able to hire smart, intelligent and people full of can-do attitude. And trust me, having that kind of people around you is just inspiring. Awesome team and company events. Some of the best memories I have from my professional career are from various team and company events where I got to know my colleagues so much better. I mean, if you work in a company that's core values align with those of yours, it's inevitable that you enjoy spending time with your colleagues. A clear career plan. A clear career plan, especially for junior developers, is vital for success because it gives one motivation and clear goals which one can use in order to advance in their career. A solid salary. My salary as a developer was in accordance with the market. As developers usually earn much more money than the national average, it meant I could have a lifestyle to my own liking, leaving some extra money for things like investing and other activities that I liked. Opportunity to choose my own projects. As a developer in Pipedrive, you could do whatever you want to, as long as you are helping the company to move forward. The freedom to choose can be a curse, but also an opportunity to seek for challenges and go out of one's comfort zone. One day, I could have worked as a front-end or back-end developer. The other day, I could lead missions or organize some bootcamps or meetups. Personal coaching. That's a point I really miss. In Pipedrive, we have personal coaches, meaning one could always have access to professional help. Whenever I felt stuck, no matter if professionally or non-professionally, I could just go to coaching sessions and get help figuring myself out. As you can see, this list is quite impressive. Having such a great and supportive environment is really hard to leave. Nevertheless, there were aspects more powerful signaling to me that it's maybe time to move on. The flags showing me that it's time to leave. Before you consider those points, I want to tell you that it's your personal values that it all boils down to. In my case, self-growth and having an impact play a huge role in me being efficient as an employee. Loss of motivation to give my best. When joining a new company, you'll be in an unknown environment. Most probably, it will be challenging and you want to prove and others that you can get the work done. In my case, the first 3 years in Pipedrive served that purpose. But at some point, I felt that although I am taking on new initiatives and seeking discomfort, I know the system and the environment and people too well to be fully challenged, resulting in a long-term loss of motivation. Looking forward to Fridays. This one's connected to the first point. As the time moved on, there were more and more days where I felt that I do not enjoy my work and I am looking forward to Fridays. Sometimes I overcame that feeling by making my tasks more challenging or joining new initiatives. Sometimes a short vacation helped. But in overall, there were more and more days when I felt I'm looking forward to Fridays to start working on my own projects or just freelance. And that to me, in long term, was a really important signal that maybe it's time to move on. growth becoming slower. I believe that as developers and human beings, we must constantly try to learn new things. I'm a genuine believer of lifelong learning, and when my growth is slowing down, something must be done. As I had been in a familiar environment for some time, the thought of forcing myself to learn new things by jumping into a new environment sounded really interesting. Curiosity to challenge oneself in a new environment. During my 4th year in Pipedrive, I started to accept interviews from other companies. It didn't take long to become curious of how other companies do things. What are the technology stack like, what are the processes like, and how my experience could help them improve. The business domain isn't appealing anymore. That's a point I believe doesn't matter too much to junior developers, because in that phase you should just care about learning. But there comes a time in a developer's career when they have the luxury to choose which companies to work for. In Pipedrive, we were working on an award-winning CRM tool that was often praised by my friends working in sales. And trust me, it's a great feeling when your friends praise a tool that you've been working on. That said, I felt there are domains that I feel more passionate about. When an opportunity came from a company that connected many of the business domains that I feel really curious about, it was really hard to say no. Change of the company size. The goal of most companies is to grow, to scale. A company size of 10 people is much different from that of 600 people, and Pipedrive had grown a lot. In the former, there is lots of familiarity. Drinking coffee for the CEO, for example, is not a rare occasion. In bigger companies, there are more processes, communication needed, and less people that you actually know. That said, there is an opportunity to work on problems that require deep, in-depth knowledge. Fortunately, I had worked in companies of both sides before, and at some point I felt I'd like to get back to drinking coffee with the CEOs. I'm curious to see how big enterprise companies work though. Do you see yourself working for that company in 3 years? Easy and simple. I asked myself if I'm still working for that company after 3 years. The answer was a clear no, as I knew that at some point I want to move on in order to gain more experience. You have achieved something big. And the last one. My manager put it really nicely, saying that before leaving a company, you should feel that you have achieved something really big. I feel that one's achievements are always up to the debate, but I felt that there were some ideas and initiatives that I had helped to bring into life, and that gave me the confidence to leave. So these are the most important factors that I analyzed before leaving Pipedrive. Of course, there were more factors like salary or where I'm going to work and so on, but they were not that important. In the end, you have to define what are the points that you care about. Before taking an action, have a plan. Having a desire to leave the company is never enough. You must also have a strategy, a plan. At least you should define what are your expectations for your future employer, and also do you have the finances to make those decisions. I had been collecting money for a while because I knew that at some point I want to have the freedom to make my own decisions. In that context, I believe it's healthy to think in terms of worst case scenario. Make sure you have at least 6 months salary saved. Another thing you should do is clearly define what you're looking for in your future employer. It will help you validate during the interview processes if the company is a good fit for you. I will definitely talk about this topic in future videos, but at least you should think about the core values of the company, the salary, the benefits, and personal education. And I want you to remember, a desire without a strategy or plan is nothing. By analyzing your expectations for your future employer and covering your financial situations, you can mitigate most of the risks. Conclusion. Leaving a company is hard if you really like the environment you're in. That said, I urge you to be alert of becoming too comfortable. I genuinely hope that the points that I covered above help you understand when it's time to move on. But before you do, make sure you have a proper plan. And that's it, people. I genuinely hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this video with your friends. I'm also planning to create a video about what makes a good employer, or how to validate that the company that you are looking for is a good fit for you. Anyways, with that said, I thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one. Bye!